Welcome back, everyone, to EPIC45 with Intel, sponsored by Overclockers and Asus ROG. I'm Jack Strofor, joined by the wonderful Mads Bear.
Yeah,
We're
we're
back
back.
again.
We are
It's
indeed.
been a while, you know? We had that
Nice
game
little
last night.
rest.
We got one of our grand finalists sorted.
Yeah.
And we're here for the second one now. We've got the lower finals. I mean, two of these teams, we've been seeing them fighting it out. The Last Resort versus Aconite.
Yep.
I mean, I would say it was a semi-surprising one, but it's not really. We kind of expected to see these two teams here.
Yeah, I mean, Aconite originates. So these guys have played each other before yesterday, right? Technically, Aconite should have won due to seeding.
Yes.
It would have ended up being 2-1 to the Last Resort, and they ended up going up into the upper finals last night, which we casted.
Yeah.
That second game was so close.
I was gonna say it was an interesting series because it started out and you had that really big stomp from the side of Gilliwee, and it's just like they came out with that, and then the second map, I don't know what happened. It seemed like the Last Resort just woke up and went, we're actually gonna play now. We go to a triple overtime, and they just about lose it out. But I think if we got to that third map, I feel like they had a chance.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked Lotus again. Lotus was very, very strong. If they're putting up such a fight against Gilliwee, I wouldn't be surprised if they win that map.
In the same sense, I kind of want them to ban Sunset.
Yeah.
If we see a Sunset again, I'm a bit worried because it felt like they just got red very easily. And I mean, Aconite will have seen that. Like, you know, the stream game was there. They will be VOD reviewing. They've had an hour's break. They know they've had the chance to look at that. So you've got to be careful going into that. But for Aconite, I mean, you've had a bit of a lower bracket run here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, in a way, it's kind of good, right?
Yeah.
Because your second seed, technically, you have a very high chance of getting to that final. If you're going through lower brackets, not saying it's easy, but I'd say it's a lot easier, obviously, compared to upper brackets. So they've been doing all right for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we've got our map picks and bans through. I mean, Corrode first ban out, not surprising. And then that Sunset ban we were talking about, Last Resort have banned it after what we saw yesterday. We go into Icebox's first pick. Bit of a change up. I mean, we've seen it throughout the tournament so far. Into then an Ascent. Don't think we've seen too much more of it.
No, because what I've noticed about both of these teams is they like to play double Senti.
Yeah.
On Ascent, I believe. Tends to be that, was it Ascent? I believe it was Ascent. Yes, Deadlock KJ on Ascent.
Yes.
Which is interesting because Deadlock's great.
Yeah.
As a second Senti. Unless it's on Bind tends to get played as solo Senti a little bit, especially if you have that Viper. But you can have that KJ as such a heavy lockdown on one site and kind of have your Deadlock kind of not even lurking on defense a little bit, switching things around, trying to find stuff in mid and things like that.
Yeah.
So it can work really, really well.
Yeah, and then if we get to that third map, it will be Lotus. I mean, we've seen it enough. We said it will be a nice close map. I think if we get there, that could be a banger match. I mean, to get to it as a third map is great in itself. You know, it would already mean we get that third map. But also, seeing how close these teams play on maps like this, I mean, Lotus is kind of the most picked in the tournament, I believe. I think we've seen pretty much every team play it at this point.
Yeah.
So that's the map where everyone's got each other figured out, maybe, but it's just down to who has that little edge.
Oh, for sure. And I think, like we mentioned, we're so far into the tournament now that each team's had a chance to see how each other are playing. Like, you can just walk around the LAN hall and watch them whilst they're playing.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I mean, you've got that free time, you know, when you finished your game, you know, have a nice little stomp and then just go watch a different game.
Exactly.
You know, see how they're playing. But we will be getting into Agent Select for Icebox, that first map, and already seeing a Reyna locked in on one side and the Jet on the other.
Reyna makes sense for Icebox. We saw it a little bit, I think, was it yesterday? Must be yesterday.
Yeah.
But,
yes.
A double duelist makes so much sense here. You have that that Jet as your entry duelist, almost playing with a four-man team and having that Reyna, not necessarily lurking, but kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And we've seen Chicken Feet, right?
Yeah, a player like that can afford to just kind of walk around, roam the map, have a bit of fun. I mean, on the other side, seeing that Harbor hovered as well.
I like this.
That could be good. I mean, double controller as well.
Yeah, for sure. And especially with the KJ, usually you wouldn't technically see, you wouldn't need a Sentinel as both of these controllers would be kind of used as that Senti, but that KJ turret down mid is so crucial.
Oh, it's so good.
But then again, against that Viper, that
Viper
orb coming up every
counter.
single every single round, no matter what, you always see a Viper orb in mid, and it kind of just doesn't completely shut down the turret. Obviously, it still can come up. The orb doesn't last forever, but it does allow for those rotates through mid very easily.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how how this plays out.
Yeah.
Again, if they're on attack.
Yeah, I feel like the double duelist is more likely to be stronger on that attack side.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it before. Double duelist pays off quite a lot, and then you swap over to that defense side, and it's if you are over-aggressing a bit too much, you can get punished.
These sites as well have a lot of corners, and they aren't exactly that big.
Yeah.
So those double controllers and smokes, you have to be careful because too many can cause a lot of damage to you. You don't want your opponents to be, sitting in smokes and using them to their advantage.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah, exactly that, and we'll see where these teams opt to go in this first round. I mean, A, often the favoured site. I feel like, we see a few teams go towards B, but early on, they want to go exploring. Just find out where these teams are playing, but it's looking like for now, Aconite on this attack side, they're going to be looking towards this A site, probably looking to just go through together.
Yeah, definitely, and that wall already going down towards B. But again, you have that double controller, so you can afford to put that wall down and kind of cause a little bit of confusion early on.
Yeah, and it means it's not giving away where you're going.
No.
If you're throwing up the wall there every time, it's always there.
And you can have it if that rotates.
Yeah, 100%. And then on the same side, you've got the Viper wall cutting across that A site.
Yep.
We've seen this time and time again. It's a really effective wall, but we'll have to see what Misu does here. Going to be that first player in for the side of Aconite. Just making sure to clear everything out. Don't want to get caught out by any of these corners like you were saying. That'll be the worst place to get punished, but Aiden managing to clear out a lot of sites so far. Spots out one of these players at least, but there's going to be 3 players in this back site ready to try and take these fights. It's Chicken Feet sitting up top. Just waiting. Silence across the site, and every player just seems to be waiting out, wanting to spot each other out first, but the tag's coming on through, and Chicken Feet will fall from that top site position as Miso gets a second as well. Misu follows up with a third, and that's going to be the site control for Aconite. And from the side of Last Resort, you've only got 2 players standing, and you have no way back into this.
Yeah, and these harbour walls coming through once again. Completely denying. Well, I say that. Jake walks straight through.
Yeah, Jake just wants to take through and take these fights onto this Jet player. Gets the tags on through, but no one falling just yet. But Adam has managed to go around towards the other side. Gets the kill onto Misu, but there's this high-low setup. Only manages to get one as Bubs will trade it back straight away. And Miso will close out that round. It's the first round for Aconite.
A very, very strong attack. I like the harbour walls cutting themselves off from entering from main, but it allows them to take space one by one. Yeah. And that's what's great about harbour is the 2 different types of walls that he has allows you to just, take some space, let it be cleared, take some more with that other wall, block off, the typical go-to smoke sites after that, and then continue on to site.
Yeah, it's kind of layering up that attack over time.
Sure. Which you tend to see with Viper, but it works way better with Harbour.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to rotate that rule around, you don't have to worry about it being in one set space for the whole round. With Harbour, you can just send it wherever you want it, and it looks like on the side of the Last Resort here, they wanted to get aggressive down A, maybe expecting Aconite to go there again, but they're not met with any players for now, as Miso's just going to be patiently waiting here, posted up with this Bulldog. Just in case anyone overcommits on this round, and there's going to be one in Tiny 9K, and Hayden will trade that one out straight away, giving the first blood over to Aconite again.
Yeah, a lot of KJ setup as well towards A main. They're wanting to kind of hold it, maybe push a little, but Solar Drone does come out, and is that going to... Yeah, it is
going to spot out that Jet player. They're going to have to dash on back. Kara gets pressured a little bit, and decides to not take that fight too early. Just not wanting to give over any more kills to the other side, and it looks like this rotate's going to be on through as Joax found a little bit of space for now. Hasn't made their way towards yellow yet. There is going to be that one player in Chicken Feet in this backside. We spoke about this Reyna player before. Chicken Feet can do a lot to damage this, maybe try and take out a player, but instead opts to just wait out for the team.
Yeah, the rotate's going to come through kind of quick, but they haven't got the guns on their side.
Yeah. I mean, they've got to go at some point, and Chicken Feet's just biding their time. They're going to hear that drop down. The side of Aconite, you know at least one player is close, but there's still 5 of them to be cleared out. The Last Resort just probably looking to swing through together as this blind's going to be sent up. And Kara's just going to have to try and go aggressive and try and find these players. And it's really out in the open. This spike plant. Misu finds the second and a third on the round as well. As Hayden will drop another. And all of a sudden, Adam last standing. And that will be all.
Yeah, and going back to these walls again, right? That wall being put down so early on. And then the second that the Harbour wall goes down, the call then goes for the Viper wall to go up, and you just have these consistent smokes all the time.
Yeah, it's the rotation of smokes.
Yeah, and obviously, the guns weren't on the side of the Last Resort. So it's what you expect, and now it's looking like a little bit better of a buy.
Yeah, this is where you start to see, what have the Last Resort got cooked up. You've got the guns in your favour.
Yeah.
you can take the fights how you're used to taking them when you have those guns. But, I mean, we'll have to see what they do as we're talking about that orb in mid. Looks like Joak's going to throw that one here. Send the Jet player up top on top of Tube here. And they want to take these fights straight away. Misu just looking out for any player. Spots one over towards this B side. Wants to go aggressive as well, as it looks like the whole team's going to send it. But Tiny 9K will take one down in the backline. And that's the spike down. But Miso will trade it back on the other side. So Misu pushing on into site. Gets the first as well. Knows there might be some more players nearby. Chicken Feet's up top, but Kara in the back line manages to find two already. Spots out a third player, but cannot land the shots for now as they'll get away into the tube. Kara's brought weak, can't go too aggressive, but Tiny 9K will find the kill. I mean, this is exactly what we didn't want to see from the side of Aconite, but Misu, a clean shot onto the first, but that will be all as Tiny 9K.
A little bit worried
free on the round.
The 1x1 peaks were starting to look very close. Ooh.
The damage there was not what we expected.
No, definitely. A very aggressive from the last resort. A little bit down mid. Kara, obviously, we were mentioning as a very, very strong duelist over the weekend so far. And just having that confidence to peek through mid, it's great. But then also, again, your teammates are there to back you up. Tiny. We saw Tiny playing yesterday.
I mean, Tiny was final yesterday.
Yeah.
If someone went towards Tiny, it was over. It didn't matter.
Over.
But, I mean, we'll have to see what they do just changing into this as we go into that fourth round. This is where you start to see, when both teams have a bit of a bye. I mean, you might have a couple of guns missing from the side of the last resort, depending on how much they lost there. But this is where you start to see when they've got that even matchup in, like, the economy point of view.
Yep.
Where do they play this?
Probably a little bit slower. We're seeing Aconite having, they're taking their time and clearing their corners properly.
Yeah.
I think either trying to make a distraction, possibly, and get a lurk going through, even with the guns that you do have, could go their way. They're focusing more on that attack rather than that lurk, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think maybe trying to focus on that a little bit more.
Yeah, 100%. Make sure to look out. Just find those little opportunities. Yeah. That's what we want to see.
Or even don't go for the lurk, but that Killjoy turret is often holding it, right?
Yeah.
So if you can just go through, destroy it, and keep doing that time and time again, it's going to cause a lot of worrying from
a lot
that
of
attack.
question marks.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know what's going on.
You have to consistently keep going back, and that you're losing that player on the main site.
I mean, the last resort there, only able to get 2 sheriffs through and then the 3 rifles to back it up. So
not horrendous.
A couple of guns
2.
missing.
Yeah.
I mean, damage you didn't really want to see if you are on the side of the last resort here, but it's not too bad. You're on that defense side. You can opt to just try not to be too aggressive, take one of these players down, and then you can just try and pick up that gun, hopefully, as a team.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to see what they can do here, as it looks like from the side of Aconite wanting to go towards B, but Kera's already found a pick onto Joak in mid. I'll take down that lurking player as Bubs will trade one back on the other side. That's Tiny 9K down. That's a key player down already in this round. And brings the numbers even again.
Yeah. Opting to back off a little bit. The push is still going to go towards yellow, though. So trying to get any advantage they can after losing a player.
Yeah, looks like from the side of last resort here, they're being patient. They are not over-rotating. As I say that, they send over the Jet player to back up towards this B site. And this is the wrong call, as it looks like 3 will be going towards A. And only that one Jet lurking through from the side of Aconite, not being spotted just yet, will be spotted now, has to dash out and try and get away with their life. But surely that's the go button on the other site, as Adam will drop down Misu there, and that should be a gun recovered. But on the A site here, Miso pushing on in, will send the ultimate through, but will get taken out by Chicken Feet there. That's the spike down on the ground. And Chicken Feet is still around here, but a trade will go back the other side.
30 seconds left.
Bubs wants to try and take this fight. Knows it's not safe to plant for now. Wants to swing on through, but can't find the kill just yet. We'll spot out a couple of these players. And Jake has managed to take down Hayden as well. All left onto Bubs, and Jake will find a second. And it's a second round on the board for last resort.
Evening it out.
Yeah.
And the patience works really well, right? Obviously, like we said, 3 rifles to 2 sheriffs. And they know how they have to be playing that. You don't want to be losing those players with those rifles.
Yeah.
Because sure, you can pick them up, but they could be in not great positions.
Yeah.
And it's this just consistency and making sure that defense line doesn't break.
Yeah, it's just the patience. I mean, we saw how long they were willing to just stick it out. Even had the wrong read in the end, but still managed to call the rotations over in time, as it looks like it's going to be a bit more of an aggressive push here for the last resort on A. As Chicken Feet wants to try and take these fights straight away. Will not land the shots, though. Just about gets one and gets out with their life for now, but Misu is there for the trade. A 1-for-1 trade to start us off here. And at the moment, Aconite just want to try and find another one, but Tiny 9K is there to take down Misu with those knives up top. That's a key player down, and that's one of their guns in this round. And Bubs going to be here with this Phantom. Wants to try and find another one of these players, but it looks like Last Resort, they're not willing to take these fights just now. They know they can sit back in this round. This Bubs wants to try and fight this. The spike will go down here, but Kera manages to find one onto Bubs there as well with that Outlaw. Such a powerful weapon. Hayden manages to trade one back on the other side, but still has 3 more players to deal with, and it will be too much as Tiny will find that last kill.
Yeah, and I mean, the aggressive play started to work, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I like about the Reyna. That dismiss, that you can say, there was a lot of whiffs coming through.
Yeah, I was worried for a bit.
But managing just to hit that last shot, and you're immediately out of there. Obviously, ending up getting taken out by Misu with those knives anyway, but it's such a strong agent, really. You don't see Reyna really anymore, apart from Icebox. So it's nice to be able to see a utility being used.
I mean, even then, yes, Misu gets the trade, but that forces Misu to push up and go maybe a bit more aggressive than they planned.
Yeah.
And then gets traded back in the end anyway. So it does pay off. And I mean,
Yeah,
Kera's going to be on this Operator. I mean, we've seen what the Operator can do in this tournament. I mean, we saw it yesterday quite a lot, but we'll see what Kera can get done.
Yeah.
I mean, looking like it might not be the right read for now, but if this Viper commits a bit too far, it could be a bit worrying.
Interesting hold in mid.
Take flight.
Yes, Hayden's going to go exploring with this drone. Just clear out everything towards this A site. Make sure no one's in these close corners. But Chicken Feet has managed to find Misu already. Again, finding this first blood in the round. I mean, it's so important for the Last Resort.
Oh, definitely. And again, with Reyna's kit, you can kind of put a little bit more pressure on than usual, setting up screens, pushing over. And it works so well. That first blood is so important. This attack has been a little bit damaged.
Yeah. I mean, exactly
I mean, they still have time to recover, but you can clearly see that that A push is not going to be happening.
Joak in this position could be great, as it looks like Kera is slowly going to be edging forward. Might get spotted out here, but aware there could be a player close, and a great shot onto Joak there. Shuts down the Viper player who was just patiently waiting. And Jake wants to swing through as well, and will find another kill for their troubles. Just seems like they're breaking down the side of Aconite for now, as Kera finds another on the round, and surely Jake cleans it out. It's a flawless on the round for Last Resort there, and Aconite just got read like a book.
I mean, the coordination and the team play is exceptional, right? Chicken Feet going in early, getting that first pick, forcing that rotate over straight into the scope of the Operator.
I mean, it's also a good sign to see that the Last Resort, you know, they're being confident already.
They
They're
are
willing to go find these kills out.
Yeah.
They don't want to allow Aconite to get comfortable, you know, get set up where they want to go. They're there to break it, sending the Operator forward that much and somehow landing that shot. I mean, it just broke the timings for Aconite.
Definitely. I think they're going to be a little bit worried now on how these attacks are going to be played.
Yeah, as Miso and Misu going to be grouping up here. The Owl Drone is going to be sent up top to try and spot out these players. We'll tag out 2 of them there. That's going to force them both back for now, as Misu just trying to find one early, but all of this Viper utility will slow them down for now. As Joak, a great pick in mid there, will get taken down to 5 HP, but takes down Chicken Feet, that one duelist who's been so good at these first bloods.
Yeah, and it's all going to slow down. Last Resort, just trying to hold mid, look for that rotate coming through, but the orb's going to go up.
Yeah. It's going to cover this rotate over to allow Aconite to try and rotate over towards A, but they're just worried there could be a spam at any moment. I mean, Kera on the other side with that Operator. I mean, we've seen a couple stray bullets go through the smokes and land before, but doesn't choose to take any. But with this lesser weaponry, I mean, yes, Aconite have the numbers advantage, but they're still a bit scared.
A very slow rotate, though. I mean, obviously you don't want to be heard, but time is going to tick down. The Last Resort still holding their ground on B.
Yeah, they're not afraid to just give up that A site. I mean, Tiny's going to be there. We'll call over for this rotation now as we see the players coming through. They've got to watch out for that player in mid watching, but for now, they will just go towards their spawn and just make sure they go through safely, as the spike will be planted down here by Aconite. The ultimate will be invested on the side of Last Resort. Won't take down any players for now, and I believe no damage is through on that one. But now the Last Resort go for this retake. Misu has spotted out Kera in this up top position with that Operator. If they can take them down, that's a great player to drop. This drone will drop them down from this spot, as the ultimate will be invested from this Killjoy. It's going to push all of these players back, and Kera wants to get aggressive, try and find out these players, try and take these fights early. Knows there's one up top from this reveal. We'll find one as Tiny finds another on the round as well. This over ultimate on the other side will be invested, but Kera wants to keep getting aggressive, trying to shut down these players. Will find another for their troubles, but Misu gets one before falling down, as Kera with the Operator, 3 on their round, make that 4 with the knives. Shuts that round down, and it's another one on the board for Last Resort.
Again, the coordination. the lockdown coming through, and Kera having the confidence to push up alone.
Yeah.
And just, whilst they're obviously Aconite going to have to retreat, right? But it's just so strong that you can have Kera 11 and 4, by the way, pushing through the knives and the op combo.
It's a dirty combo. You
It
never
is.
want to see that on the other side. I mean, it's just the perfect combo of everything. You can go aggressive with the knives, or you
Yeah.
can sit back and hold an angle.
Oh, for sure.
And I mean, for a player like Kera, you can also just push forward with the operator, no problem, it would seem.
Yep.
As this recon will reveal that there's at least one player here. I think they would have heard the spam from a couple of players, so from the side of Last Resort here, they're confident to leave these players here. And on the B side, they've taken a bit of space towards main, so they're going to know that this is where most of the players are going from Aconite. No site control just yet for Aconite, but they will invest this ultimate from this Killjoy. This is going to force the players of Last Resort off of site, but for them, that's no worry. They're used to this.
And Chicken Feet looking for any sort of possible kill, but nothing to be found.
And the ultimate also committed as well. I mean, Chicken Feet is going to be looking to get aggressive and try and take these fights here, as Jake has managed to take down Joak already. That's a player falling early on, the one that was lurking around. They don't have to worry about this anymore, but Misu, in his up top position in this corner, has to be cleared out carefully. And this recon's going to do exactly that. Misu has been spotted out, gets spammed on down, and Chicken Feet will get that kill. Wants to keep going aggressive, though. Not spot any players for now, as on the other side, Hayden has managed to find 2 there. This Harbor ult invested is going to be stunning up these players. Hayden finds 3 on the round before finally being traded, and Bubs will trade it back. And finally, it's a round on the board for Aconite again.
Yeah, but a lot of ultimates invested.
Yeah.
I mean, Harbor and Killjoy, those two are probably, obviously, alongside your Viper, very, very strong.
Round-winning ultimates
Yeah,
often.
for sure. And yes, they won the round, but probably only need to be using one. But,
Yeah.
you know, you shouldn't have to use 2.
Yeah, but I mean, after 5 rounds in a row lost, I think they just wanted to get one on the board. But for the Last Resort, you still got money to buy for this round and the next if you want to.
And that Viper's Pit is actually going to be available for both teams.
Chicken Feet still not afraid to get aggressive after being taken down a bit earlier in that round.
The gap in the wall.
Chicken Feet just wants to spot out these players. Manages to avoid the recon drone for now. They're not going to know where they are. Miso may be a bit worried that there might be one up close, but there isn't anything to spam at there. These players are just going to keep this up front position from the Last Resort. Not too afraid to stay up close and personal.
Yeah, and it's going to slow down just a little bit, but rotate's not going to come through yet. A little bit of a lurk, possibly, to try and find some sort of advantage.
Yeah. Send that one player in that Viper through mid and just try and find something, but it's quite a late lurk on this one, and Tiny9K has spotted out a lot of these players towards main. They're just not going to call for any kind of rotation here. They're confident they can hold this down as the time ticks on down. At some point, Aconite just has to hit the go button.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the utility's still being held down on B, and all angles are covered, so...
No worries for them at all. And there we go. The recon dart will go on in. This will be the go button for the side of Aconite here in Chicken Feet. They're going to stay up aggressive in this front side position, wants to take these fights early, and the ultimate will be invested from the Viper of the Last Resort, but Misu will manage to find one, make that a second as well. We'll drop the ultimate down as Miso finds another on the round as well, and all of a sudden, that's the site control for Aconite, and only 2 players left standing make that one for the side of Last Resort. It's all on Kara, and surely they just save the operator here.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the money isn't looking bad, but there's no point, right?
I mean, if anyone could do it, it would be
Oh.
Kara. But in a position
sure.
like this, there is no point. Don't want to give over these ultimate orbs.
I think
we're
they're
saying
aware
about.
of it. Look, I mean, the push back towards main, nobody wants to be fighting this. It's not worth it.
Also, this is a sign to just show how much Last Resort showing their confidence already, making Aconite scared to go and pursue
definitely.
that.
I mean, even if they manage to get the kill, they know that Kara's is going to buy it again.
Yeah.
And losing your lives over that is not worth it.
Yeah, and they know that Kara would probably get another on the round as well.
Yeah, 1 or 2, definitely.
Knowing what Kara is like, but yeah, they opt to not go for that and will leave the operator in their hands.
They did actually win the round.
Yeah.
And the Last Resort used their Viper's Pit.
Yes, exactly.
So that's not great. And the ultimates aren't really on their side either at the moment.
Yeah, nothing really close to being up for now other than that Sova one that's not too far out, but that's only halfway through.
Oh, definitely. And due to that being on the side of Aconite, you could easily get 1 or 2 rounds more from that.
Yeah. I mean,
I could bring it to 6 as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Bring it to 6. Get yourself that guaranteed half. And we'll see what they can do here. But Aconite, looking like they might want to swap it up and go towards B on this round. They've not explored this in a few rounds, though, so they're going to have to be careful. There's the Operator spotted on out, and the ultimate will be invested to try and take them down. We'll get that first tag, and Kera will not be able to survive it. That's the Operator down on the ground already. Jacobs to pick this one up. I mean, maybe we'll get to see what Jake can do with this Operator, but just waiting for these players to push on in. But Aconite have hit the stop button. They don't want to commit to this just yet.
Yeah, but that's what we've been seeing, right? They've been pushing up, trying to get any sort of first pick, like they have, and then they stop.
Yeah.
And they reevaluate their situation, even if they do have that advantage.
Yeah. Not wanting to get, too confident in what they've got in the space they've got, so they have to be careful, but also hoping to maybe call these rotations over as the couple of players have gone towards mid here for the last resort, and that should be a free plant down for the side of Aconite again. This recon dart just clearing out to make sure there's no players close, and they've also opted to invest this Viper's ult. You were saying about it, this can be a round-winning ultimate, but again, 2 ultimates in 1 round.
Yeah, definitely, and it has to pay off.
Gonna have to stop this re-aggress from the side of the last resort here, and already Adam gets taken down from outside of that ultimate. Jake will trade one back on the other side, taking down Misu, but needs to keep just searching for these players. There's so many left to clear on out. Still 4 players left standing, and the ultimate is still online. Jake's just going to have to run in and try and take these fights. Managed to find the first. So Joak will trade one back on the other side. Jake with a spray down onto a third. Make that a 4th on the round. Going for the ace now. Doesn't know where the player is. They're up top. Can't land the shots, and Bubs gets it. And the second for the clutch. An almost round there for the side of last resort, but Aconite just about closed that one out.
It all happened very, very quickly, and they did close it out, but 2 ultimates invested and 4 guns lost. They still have the money, but that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, that was a worrying round as well. I mean, you've invested this ultimate, and all of a sudden...
Then you see the right clicks coming through.
The right clicks. I mean, the spam onto the player as well. Almost an ace in that round, and, I mean, that was very worrying. I mean, maybe the last resort, showing they still have that confidence in this round. They can go in, they can aggress into these positions that are less favorable to them. And Chicken Feet still wants to get aggressive in this up top position as well.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing well so far.
Yeah, Misu going to have to be this first player in for the side of Aconite here. Spots out 1 player in this close left position. Maybe doesn't know about Adam as well, so if they choose to go for this one, they're going to have to be careful. Misu's just going to wait in this corner. Doesn't want to go too much, but will manage to avoid the mollies for now. Trying to spot out these players. Will manage to find the first and dash away as well. Spots out a second and a third up top, but Tiny will get that kill. Will get the trade back on the other side. But all of a sudden, the rest of Aconite, they've rotated over towards B.
It's pretty much for free, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be a little bit cautious, but you can get that spike down early.
Yeah. Nanoswarm's going to do a bit to delay them just for now, but they will plant anyway onto this site. And we're seeing an ultimate invested as well. That's going to be a big tag onto that 1 player in the harbor. They managed to avoid anything else, but that's big damage just to try and get them started. A 4-on-4 retake would be required. And the ultimate's on the side of last resort here, but on the side of Aconite, you have that harbor ultimate if you want it. This could force these players into really non-optimal fights, but as I say that, Tiny managing to take down Miso just as they pop the ultimate. Joak will trade one back on the other side, and Tiny 9K wants to get aggressive, wants to try and take these fights, but Joak finds a second before finally being shut down by Kera there. Brings it down onto this 2-on-2, and Tiny's just trying to take these fights, getting chased down by that Killjoy bot, but finds a third on the round, but has no idea where this last player is. Will get revealed out by that recon dart, but opts to stick it through and cannot win the fight as well, as Hayden will shut that round down, and that's a lot of rounds in a row for Aconite.
It is, and I think that they're really starting to have some good post plants.
Yeah.
And they were struggling to try and get onto that site and hold it down, but they're starting to lurk a little bit more. The rotates are coming through, and the distractions are there enough for you to get that plant down.
Yeah.
And then their post plants are so strong, right?
Yeah.
They've got so much utility from their agents that they're playing. They're chilling.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to cause for that timeout there from the side of last resort. I mean, after that many rounds lost, you win 5 in a row, and then all of a sudden, just 4 slipping away from you. Some of them so close down to those 1v1s, and it just seems like something's not working out for them.
Yeah, a lot of their ultimates as well haven't really found much impact.
Yeah.
And it's not been working for them. You can see the panic, right? Once that site has been taken, they're having to try and force Aconite back as much as they can. But again, like I said, that utility makes it so strong to hold that line after you've planted that spike.
Yeah.
That it's working so well. And, okay, sure, the last result are getting a lot of kills, but Aconite are making sure that they're getting these trades and stuff like that, so they always have that last person standing.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting the important kills that they need to get. Maybe not as cleanly as they would be hoping, but regardless, they're closing out these rounds, and they've already got that guaranteed half.
Yeah, definitely. And they're on the last round.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they do here. If Aconite can get this one, just gives them that little buffer. I mean, that's great when you're going into next round against the pistol. It means you don't have to worry about that as much, but Kera wanting to get really aggressive on this round with the Guardian in hand. I mean, we've seen how good their shots can be, but how much is Kera willing to go aggressive here? Spots one player up top, but Misu will take them out straight away there. Punishing that aggression from the side of the last resort. I mean, that's just going to be them again, just stopping, waiting. They're so happy to do this.
Yeah, for sure. And that, again, the default Viper Orb in mid allowing so much rotation to come through. Last Resort have been strong on their defense. They're not really rotating off of things very early, but Aconite have read that. And they're almost, it's perfect every time. The timing has just been just right where the rotate, I mean, the slight rotates coming through from B and the immediate push.
Sending the players over towards mid, and this is going to be their go button to go on in. Aconite's going to get this spike down for free. And again, Last Resort kept on this retake, but they do have the Killjoy ultimate to use if they want to invest it. But it's the last round of the half, so they might as well. But Bubs will find one onto Chicken Feet already. That brings down another one of these players. There we go. The Killjoy ultimate will be invested. They're going to try and spam it out, though, and it will get broken straight away by Misu, as Misu manages to find a kill onto Adam as well. Suddenly, 2 players left standing, no ultimates available, and they're going to have a lot to do as Tiny will find that first kill. Spots out a couple more, but already brought so weak for Jake there. So much left to do. Spots a player in mid, and surely there's no time left. Still 3 players left to go, and Miso will find a third on the round. A 7-5 half for Aconite.
A very, very strong second half to the half, if you will.
What do you say, drone? Ready to stretch
It's
your
good
wings?
that the last resort managed to get those 5, right? Because that's why you need to be having strong segments like that.
Yeah.
Just in case these things happen. Obviously, you don't want it to happen, but it does. And Aconite have been able to adapt so well. It took them a little while, obviously, five rounds, but it's worked out really, really well.
I mean, it's worked out in their favor in the end.
Yeah. I mean, they're on this defense now, and all they have to do is lock it down. They have those 2 controllers to do so. I mean, they're both playing together.
Yeah.
And you have your Killjoy holding down mid. All you got to do is wait for that rotate to come through to A.
Yeah, but on the other side, the Last Resort got that double duelist composition.
Yeah.
This is where you really want to see it thrive on this attack side. See what Kera can get done on this Jet. Going to be that dive agent. But I mean, if they can win this pistol in second round, that instantly brings them even. They're going to really be wanting this pistol.
They are, and a few jump peaks coming through towards A, trying to find any information. I'm sure the darts have already come through early.
Yeah.
And it's just these slow pistol plays that we tend to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's just teams feeling each other out.
Yeah.
They, you know, they're not used to necessarily playing. I mean, these 2 teams have played before. I mean, we saw it earlier on, but even then, they still want to see, you know, what have they changed up in going into this series
And they
instead.
would have, right?
Yeah.
They definitely would have changed things up.
I mean, we'll have to see what they do. As Last Resort looking to maybe commit towards this A site. That's going to be Kera going in up front, as Misu will instantly get that kill. That's going to be first blood on the round on that up top position. Misu wants to keep getting aggressive as well. A couple tags on through, but nothing connecting just yet. As I say that, Joax found one. Misu's found a second as well. And these players from Last Resort are falling as Misu's found a third on the round. Wants to keep on going, spots out the last player, and there we go. Bubs will get that kill. And it's a flawless round for Aconite.
So strong.
Yeah.
Really, really strong. It's pistol rounds, right? So it's anyone's game. But I just think with the comp that these guys are playing, it's gonna. I mean, it kind of helps when Misu's just shooting.
Yeah.
Very, very well. But the A hold is so strong, and the thing is, we were seeing a very, very slow play and then an immediate explosion on the site, which was what Aconite were doing on that attack. And I think the Last Resort are really trying to mimic that.
Yeah.
But Aconite know how that works, right? They've done it before.
Oh, yeah.
So it's their thing, right? So they're ready to sit back and wait for it.
Yeah. I mean, another player to watch out for as well is Chicken Feet on that 5 and 10 right now. Really needs to get activated on this attack side. We'll have to see what they can do as Misu already found a kill on Takera early in this round. That's going to be that duelist dropped on down, but luckily they've got a second to go as well. But against these guns, it's going to be difficult. As I say that, Chicken Feet has managed to find Misu. Shuts down that player and gets that trade back on the other side. That's going to be a good sign for the last resort here, but they've still got so much left to clear on out, and the rotates are already called on over as well. Adam spots out a couple of players nearby, but can't land the shots for now. And has to just back on up, just waiting, buying their time as the last resort. They're a bit too scared to get that last bit onto site.
Yeah, we've seen this from both teams on attack now, where
Right here.
they're getting halfway onto site and opting just to slow down and having to reconsider what they want to do. The rotates already come through from Aconite, and they are ready and waiting. They know that the rotate's not come through from that hold in mid, and it's just waiting this time out.
Yeah, I mean, last resort just so patiently waiting, but on the other side, Aconite, they're still here.
no one's moving.
Because they've got this Viper in mid, just watching mid. They know that no one has rotated on over.
Yeah.
So they're just going to wait this out.
Definitely, but surely Last Resort are aware that that mid is open to be held.
Yeah, they're going to commit into this with only 25 seconds left on the round. Going to go for this spike plant. It will go down for free just for now. And it's going to be that retake required for the side of Aconite. But they've got a lot of players here ready to go. And they have the gun advantage. Hayden's going to send in this recon dart. Just try and find out some of these players. And we'll spot out no one, but knows there's a couple players on this close right positioning from where it got shot from. As Hayden will find one onto Chicken Feet. That's the last duelist down in this round. And Bubs, they've already managed to retake this front site, and Bubs wants to swing through this wall. Knowing there's a player close, gets to spams, but does not connect. As Hayden will find another on the round, Miso finds another as well, and that will be the cleanup for Aconite there. A 9th round on the board.
I mean, you can't really ask for more, right?
Yeah.
Such patience. And I was talking about Last Resort being patient on defense, but this is at a whole new level.
Yeah.
And Joak, with the hold in mid,
That won them the round.
Yeah, for sure. It stops that defense having those questions about the rotations, and it's so strong. All you have to do is wait.
I mean, from the side of Aconite, they're probably sitting there like, what are you guys doing? We know you're sat here.
Yeah, just come on,
Are
guys.
you
Like,
literally
at this
just
point, just
like, have you gone AFK? Have you gone to like?
I mean, when we were watching the Viper sitting on 410, and you just sitting there going, is it frozen?
Have they gone to get a drink? Are
Yeah,
they
I
having
don't
a
know.
sit down? You know, like I don't know what we're doing there, but from the side of the last resort, you got to find some answers, and you got to find them soon. As Kera got to spot out this player in mid in Bubs. Bubs is ready. Bubs wants to take this fight, even with the lesser weaponry. Confident they can take this.
I'm liking the immediate destruction of the turret.
Yeah.
You just go in, get rid of it, and then see that you had to double up on mid now. And it's that defense has been stretched towards B, which is exactly where they want to go.
Yeah,
Right here.
and B is where they're going to go, but they're going to have this Jet player waiting out, watching, and the Outlaw will find one. Misu managing to take down Adam before getting traded back by Chicken Feet. I mean, that's the player to watch out for. You got to see what they can do, but Joak somehow wins that fight after flying out, it looked like. But Chicken Feet will trade it back on the other side. Brings it down to a 3-on-3. It's going to have to be another retake from Aconite, but so far they've won both of them.
They have indeed, and they still have such strong utility to do so.
Yeah, I mean, Bubs going to be pushing in from this mid position already onto this site. Sends the turret out to try and spot a couple players, but his ultimate is also available. They're going to invest it as Hayden manages to find one onto Chicken Feet there. Only 2 players left standing for the side of Last Resort, but it will be traded back by Tiny9K with that ultimate. But his stick is coming through. The orb is up to protect the player. And Miso's still sticking this. Miso might get this just through in time. And he does he get it? He does! Miso won that! How did that happen?
The whiff from Jake as well.
The drop down shots and they didn't connect. A bit too worried maybe, and just didn't wait for the aim reset when they landed. And that's a really unfortunate round there for Last Resort.
Yeah, that's... Okay. I mean, Tiny, with the ultimate, the Hunter's Fury, on your buy round against an eco,
Yeah.
is crazy enough, right? You shouldn't have to be doing it, but you need those rounds. And the round was theirs. And it's just those shots not connecting and the time ticking down, that Harbor Orb being so powerful.
I mean, maybe not used to playing against the Harbor
That's the thing,
necessarily,
right?
and they don't realize they need to spam that out before connecting the shots, and it just doesn't work. And I mean, it's maybe showing the nerves getting to the Last Resort here. They've lost a lot of rounds in a row. They won those, like, I believe they lost 2 rounds and then got 5 in a row.
Yeah, and that was it.
Haven't won one since, and Joak has managed to find a kill again onto Adam, and that was Spike dropped on down, I believe, over onto towards the A site. They've rotated it over.
But that's the thing. They don't have those double
And Misu's
smokes.
watching the back line as well. They can't regroup up together without having to face Misu. And they're going to have to swing this across, managing to spot out the operator, but will not land a shot for now. But on this B site, they've got no space. Kera's only got this main position. They've not been able to clear out back yellow or anything. And Kera's going to have to be that first player in. Going to have to spot out as many as they can.
Yeah,
Aiden's going to be up top on site. Has been spotted, but will get a kill for their troubles. As Jark will get a second as well. Still alive in this back yellow position. Gets a second as well. And all of a sudden, it's all left down onto one player. Misu whiffs the shot, but Hayden's there to clean it up. And it's a flawless round for Aconite.
Adam getting taken down that early on lost them that round.
Yeah.
I mean, even if Misu couldn't have gotten those shots in mid, that rotate's still been called.
Yeah.
And again, that Viper wall towards B is really, really great when it's up.
Yeah.
And it can't go up. And you're immediately having to push into site with 3 people holding every angle possible because you have no smokes.
Yeah.
And that's where Aconite's comp changes drastically. Jark had the confidence to still push out on that attack because he knows that Miso on that harbor was still there if needed. So you had that confidence to keep going out and getting those kills if you wanted to. Whereas the last resort need to be really, really careful as to how they're playing this. And it is not going in their favor.
I mean, look at the economy damage as well. I mean, on the side of Last Resort here, you're going to be on a really awkward buy. You've got a couple guns you can maybe invest. But if you lose this one, that's match point.
Yeah.
That gets Aconite onto 1 round away, and they've still got a couple rounds in them. They can still buy up a little bit more, and that's 9 in a row for them. They've carried on this momentum from the first half into the second half, and we're going to need an answer back very soon.
Which is great, considering Aconite lost the best of 3 that they played yesterday against them. So having that momentum to be going this well in the first map is great.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about when you rematch a team, it's very hard to beat a team twice.
It is.
Beat them once, that's great, but you don't have the improvements. You don't know where you messed up because you won it. But now we're seeing that clearly Aconite, they did their homework.
They've been practicing.
Yeah, I mean, they've been prepping. They've had a bit more time this morning to work out what they wanted to do here, and it's paid off massively for them. As already they're getting these orbs for free on this defense side, something that you don't usually see, and Miso has already found chicken feet as well. Gets a bit too aggressive there, and Misu shuts them down. And there's so many players left on site as Misu gets another as well onto this round. This operator being so powerful, unable to be shut down. And at last resort, they're scrambling, just trying to find anything. Tiny finds one, but that will be all. All left down onto Tiny now, and they cannot find anything more as Misu, a free K on the round, even invest the knives there.
I mean, I think it's a little bit of a fun at that point, really.
Yeah.
What another thing to mention is Aconite have played this morning, right? Yeah. This best of 3 started at 6. The last resort haven't played today, right? And they've had the time to warm up, but it's very, very different. The scenarios you're going to be in are very, very different. And Aconite have had that warm up.
I mean, that's what we talk about. The lower bracket run is often something that's actually really good for teams. If you're a team that's comfortable and confident going down to this lower bracket, you play well under the pressure, you can carry this momentum through. On these second days of tournaments, you can keep on taking the fights, and it's working out for them massively. They've got the momentum, and all of a sudden, Last Resort cannot afford to lose anything more. And as I say that, Joak has managed to find Tiny already, and that's a key player down in this round.
It is indeed, and
oh, Misu as well goes aggressive and finds another player in mid. It seems like the Last Resort are just getting picked apart by the side of Aconite, and Misu is the one commanding the troops, wants to keep on taking the fights. Looks down this mid, but Adam, maybe considering pushing this. I wouldn't be doing this if I were you, Adam. There's a couple players on the other side
as well.
I mean, I believe there's 3 players watching this mid position. Do not swing this, Adam, unless you put up your orb. But even then, I think Misu might be ready. He spotted you out, and there we go. Miso will find the trade as well. 2 players left standing for the Last Resort, and they haven't even got any site control for now. And Aconite are ready for this. They've got 3 players over. They don't even need to rotate the last 2 over. They have the numbers advantage. Hero's going to have to go crazy here as well as he gets brought down to a 1v5. Surely it's over. You're going to be looking towards this next game. As the Aconite side, they're just going to be looking for this last kill. They know they just need to shut down Kera, and it will be Misu to put the stamp on that one. A 13-5 dominant showing from Aconite.
Very, very dominant. And the Last Resort, again, they had a very good first half. Yeah. Well, the start of the first half, and it was really strong. And that's good, right? Because you just have that chance in the second half to bring it back if you wanted to, but it just got shut down.
I mean, it's the fact that we go into this one, and the Last Resort get those 5 rounds early on. I thought, you know, Last Resort have it read. They know exactly what they're doing. And then Aconite just slowly bringing it back, getting more and more rounds in a row, and that was all they won.
But you're seeing them switch up so much. At the beginning, they were really struggling to try and get onto that site, and they're just slowly, you know, chopping and changing sites, rotating, taking that mid control, and then on on that defense, you can see them denying that mid control for the last resort because they know how important it can be.
Yeah.
And it works so well. But Icebox isn't one of these typical maps.
Yeah. It's one of those that's not always picked into necessarily. Yeah. But I mean, we'll have to see what happens in this second map. It's going to have to be a reset for the side of Last Resort. I don't know if they have it in them, but we'll have to see after a short break.
I rise and I wake and I gotta go get it. I'm making my bed and it's straight to the digits. No cup of jokers, this is acidic. So I take a shot with the lemon and ginger. Look in the mirror like, yeah, I'm that. Look in the mirror like, I'm fitted. Looking outside like the world is all mine. Look in the mirror like, go get it. I gotta get to the scenes. I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these. They getting they feeling and dragged down. That's why they just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting gone in a flash now. Fitting in, I'ma stand out. I done seen these crash out. They some baby boys, I'm the man now. They was questioning, make them fans now. I'm the best in my league and that's hands down. Understand now, got plans now, got big dreams. Now that, got big schemes since 16s, hot 16s. I started broke, then I fixed things. I been king, I been he. My bad, my whip clean. I been hot, that's benzene. You been not, that's cold stream. That's cold things, that's cold things. I'm motivated like Kobe. These don't know me, it's my time, check I rise and I wake and I gotta go get it. I'm making my bed and it's straight to the digits. No cup of jokers, this is acidic. So I take a shot with the lemon and ginger. Look in the mirror like, yeah, I'm that. Look in the mirror like, damn it, I'm fitted. Looking outside like the world is all mine. Look in the mirror like, go get it. I gotta get to the scene, I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these. They getting they feeling and dragged down. That's why they just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting gone in a flash now. Fitting in, I'ma stand out.
Please tell me now. I'm feeling low, so let me know I'm in it. Cutting love fading out. I'm falling apart. I can't begin searching to saturate feet. All these are drowning me, baby. Can't you see this? Say you see more than you need. We're lost enough. Don't you care? Yeah. With all these fake things we share, just erase. There's just no one else. Yeah. No one else but yourself. Yeah. I just wanna have somebody find me one day. 주위 말들이 날 어지럽게. Let's not do another love song, baby. Can we find a love? Oh, digital love is all just want to know. Living all or taking over. Digital love, I'm trying to take control. Living all, can't take it no more. Love's not one no more. Love's not one no more. Just focus on me, babe. 말했잖아 내가 우리들의 이야기잖아 망설이지마. You know what to do and you know what to say. 누가 뭐래도 I always be with you, babe. 지금처럼만 우리 서로를 들여다볼까. 미뤄가던 너의 맘속에 갇혀버렸나. I just have some
Hello and welcome back to EPIC45 with Intel. I'm Mazbear. I'm joined by Jack Destroyer 4, as always.
I mean, we're back again.
We
back
are.
for map 2. I mean, after that first map, it was an interesting one. It was one where it looked like it was going one way at first, and then a switch flipped, and all of a sudden, it was just a stop.
Yeah, but not being able to get a single round after that is destroying your mental.
I mean, if I'm doing the maths right, I believe they would have won 11 rounds in a row after losing those, which is kind of insane to think about. And as we look forward to a map like Ascent, we got to see that change up come on through.
Ascent. I don't like this map.
What is it you don't like about this map?
It's just very boring.
It can
But
be.
it gives these players an opportunity to play differently. It's a very default map. You can do what you want with it. And both teams, I believe, do play double sentry on this map.
Yeah.
We've been seeing Deadlock and Cypher from the side of Last Resort. No. Other way around. Other way around.
Other way around, yeah.
Aconite. Deadlock, Cypher. Last Resort, Deadlock, Forjo.
Yeah.
Both very, very strong. We might,
Yeah.
not be seeing it because obviously these guys have been playing against each other and they've been learning from each other,
Yeah.
so they might switch things up a little bit. But I'd be really interested, especially on a map like Ascent, like I said, very, very basic map, to see how that difference in the Sentinel gets used.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, this is where we really like to see, what can you bring to a map like Ascent? Ascent has been around since the start of Valorant.
Yeah.
I believe it got taken out for one act, and that was it.
Oh, it's the best
and
act
then it's
ever.
back straight away.
It was great.
I mean, it's had its little changes over time. There's that one less wall that's
Yeah.
not made of paper anymore. They finally reinforced it just a little bit, but it is one where, fundamentals are there from every team.
Oh, yeah.
Every team will have Ascent drilled down, practiced. They know what they're doing. It's the same like a Lotus. It's that one which all teams are comfortable on. But as you were saying with Ascent, there's lots of fun you can have with it. You can pick differently into it because it's been around for so long.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sova, again, still a great pick.
It's a
You
staple.
can't go wrong. I mean, obviously, like you said, that wall has been reinforced towards B. Unfortunately, I mean...
I like a bit of chaos with it. It's always good. There is still a spot you can spam with, it's just not as powerful as before.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, speaking of chaos, KO.
I mean,
We haven't
I
seen a
love
lot of
good
him.
KO.
He is a very, very strong agent.
Yeah. I mean, being able to just shut down full site takes.
Yeah.
Especially when you got like a killjoy on the other side, like you're saying. You just throw that knife
Or
and they
even-
can't stop you.
Yeah, both Sentinels. I mean, if you're having to attack and you have that KO on defense, you can easily retake that site without having to worry about that utility.
Or even when you're on the attack side, shutting down a Cypher setup. I mean, Cypher setups are broken. Ever since that buff a few acts back, Cypher is really annoying to deal with. It's the worst thing when I run into a good one in ranked. I cannot shoot the trips out half the time. I'm running into them. But when you have a KO, you don't need to worry. You can just run on through, shoot them as you go, just to make sure they don't come back up.
Yeah.
You got a site for free.
Yeah, definitely. And with such a default map, you can't go wrong with Omen.
Yeah.
You really can't. He's such a great smoker. And, okay, yeah, sure, Astra is great in terms of being able to smoke from anywhere. But because of the size of the map, Omen is perfectly fine.
Oh, I do miss them. A little bit of Brimstone. Give me back Brimmy.
We need bind.
Yeah, we do. But like,
But even bind,
Ascent
Viper
is
gets
still-
used now.
Ascent is still possible for Brimmy. It used to happen. All I'm asking, that ultimate is so powerful to destroy, a Killjoy ultimate, clear out these angles. Just give us something a bit different.
True. I mean, he is a very basic kid, right? But it works. And that stim can be very useful, especially with the rotations coming through, which you do tend to see a lot on Ascent. But again, it goes down to this whole thing of it takes longer to rotate through CT, but it is safer, and is that mid worth the
Mid is a
risk?
dangerous place
It
on this
is,
map.
but everyone seems to want to rotate through it and try and get those picks whilst you're rotating, but it can shut down that attack completely.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much down to, who has mid control, who has that safe passage across, because, I mean, on either side, if you have that control, the other team just can't really safely go through it. You can risk it, send a couple players through, but all it takes is one shot, just go a bit stray, and there we go. You've been taken down, you've lost that key player, or even Spike being stranded in mid. I've seen that one too many times where someone's lost Spike in mid.
And then you see everyone holding from Garden
Yeah.
and Market,
You've got someone
and
in free,
you're just
there is no way back in. At that point, you have lost it. Or the worst thing to see is when the teams go up into mid and there's a player in pizza they have not cleared out. And they have a judge. And it's just like, please just remember, on this map, clear your corners, because there are many of them.
There are indeed. I mean, Road kind of coming in recently.
Yeah.
Not really got much competition for those corners, but again, you are right. The thing is, you can kind of set up your sentinels, especially if these guys are going to be double. You can have a bit of utility in mid to kind of hold that defense. And if there is util, that kind of tends to stop that attack from thinking anyone's actually holding it. So if you can have someone, like the alarm bot, sitting in mid, and then someone sitting in pizza as well, that doesn't tend. I mean, obviously you would hope
at this
naturally
level
they would start clearing corn like naturally anyway, but it's not always going to be the case.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, we'll go back to that first map just for a second. Let's just remember, we need this reset to come on through very quickly from the last resort. I think the pistol round, usually it's like a, let's try and win this, it'd be great. For last resort, you need to stop that momentum from last map. If Aconite can carry even just a little bit of it through, manage to win that pistol and then start to stack up rounds again, I think it just slip away so quickly from the last resort.
Yeah, definitely, but we did see them on Lotus yesterday and they did play very, very well. And I think that these maps that they're more comfortable on, which Ascent will definitely be one of them, they might be doing a lot better. And the coordination we saw from yesterday was so much stronger than we saw them on the first map. They lost drastically first map, by the way.
They got stomped.
Yeah, so we've seen it happen. I mean, obviously they didn't actually end up winning that second map, but it was very, very close.
Triple
but that was against
overtime
first seed.
as well. Yeah.
And obviously they are against second seed now, but I think it's doable.
I mean, we'll have to see as we go into the agent select here. Already seeing a Yoru hovered. I wouldn't mind seeing a bit of that, but on the other side, the Jet is already locked in. As you're saying about that, the Killjoy and the Deadlock. I mean, it's kind of to be expected at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And this is a very default comp coming in, apart from obviously that double Sentinel, the Sova, the Omen, and the Jet. You can't go wrong. And on the other side, pretty much a mirror comp, but again, like you mentioned, that Yoru, if it does get locked in, will... I'm really liking this because, like I said, the map gives you so much opportunity, and we can see how this difference in comp gets used.
Yeah. Because
you have those flashes on Yoru compared to Jet, who's your very default entry, which is fine, but the only flash that you have is from Omen.
Yeah.
And it's not great, but on the side of Yoru, if you're having to flash yourself into sight, that entry is not going to be as strong. So you'll have to see, and sometimes you see a lot of TPs going into on A underneath Heaven. But is that going to be a good entry if you're sitting in the back of under Heaven?
Yeah.
And your team's then having to entry for you pretty much. Are you going to be there to help?
Yeah. I mean, it's a really important thing to look out for, but on the other side as well, when you're on that defense side, if you can get an operator in your hands, especially on a player like Kera, you can shut down all of mid by yourself. You can take full mid control solo with that operator.
Yeah, definitely. And those smokes are going to come in to help as well. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of who's got the read on the other team more, and, how can we see this Yoru actually be played properly?
Yeah.
I mean, we've often seen the Yorus come in. Sometimes it goes really well. Sometimes they get the good reads, but other times it's just the Yoru getting shut down time and time again because they just go a bit too aggressive.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they will play aggressive with the Yoru because they have the double Sentinel to kind of even it out a little bit with that slow pace.
Yeah.
It just depends on how they want to play it.
Yeah.
They don't have necessarily... There's lots of utility coming from both of these Sentinels, but in terms of attacking utility, they don't have much. They don't have that, initiators like Breach or Fade and things like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how they want to play it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what they do. As it looks like on the side of Last Resort,
lineups coming in.
Starting on this attack side, it looks like Tiny's got a great lineup ready for this one, but they're going to be going in towards this B site. On the other side, it looks like they're going to be greeted by 3 players sitting on out. Yoru might go a bit aggressive, and on the other side as well, they're sending 2 players aggressive on A. We'll have to see what this crunch does as Last Resort. Going towards this B site. Misu already pushing up, already spotting out one of these players in the corner, will back on up and just play back with the rest of his team. But no, Misu wants to still go aggressive, still take these fights. Has spotted out a player in mid as well, and Joak will take down Kera early on in this round. I mean, for now, that's going to be all they've got, and it's just slowed down that aggression for now from the Last Resort. As I say that though, Tiny suddenly getting 2. Brings the numbers even as Joak will get 1 before they fall. This will be the spike plant down. No, it won't be, as Tiny needs to take this fight onto Hayden. Hayden will fall in the end, but on the other side, Miso has managed to find Chicken Feet in mid. It's going to be a 2-on-2 retake, but the players from Last Resort are brought quite weak. Jake's got to try and take these fights, but we'll get blinded up as Bubs is trying to search for these players. Hasn't cleared out the one on the crate, and Jake will manage to get both from that position. Doesn't get cleared out, and it will be a round on the board for Last Resort.
Definitely, and
Stay on their trail.
that is exactly what they needed. Right, you mentioned it beforehand. They need to start off strong with this momentum. And sure, it's only the first round, but
Yeah.
it's definitely what you need. They didn't win a single pistol round last time,
Yeah.
so and again, we know what Aconite are like. They will go on a run if they can, and the Last Resort need to build up as many rounds as possible.
Yeah, I mean, interesting to see already Jake on that Vandal, opting to go straight into that weapon. I mean, it's an interesting choice because, yes, it's a great gun. It does a lot of damage. But in the same time, if you drop that gun, it is so powerful for the other side, especially when you've got players like Tiny on just a Ghost.
Yeah, you need to be very, very careful and playing as a team, try and hold this Vandal together.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what they can do as Jake. Maybe looking to be that first line in with that Vandal. Just waiting for one of these players to over-aggress on the side of Aconite, but they will not be doing that this round as they know they had the lesser weaponry, and there's only one player on this B site. It's going to be that Cypher just trying to lock it down for this team, as all 4 of the other players have got that A site control.
I mean, they're still opting to not go towards B?
Yeah.
I understand the stack, but at this point you kind of have to wonder, surely you have to hold something else.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like Last Resort want to go exploring in mid. They're going to have to deal with this Cypher trip. And surely that's going to be the call over for the rest of this Aconite squad. We'll have to see what they can get done as Kera. Going to be that first player in with this Guardian. Wants to take these fights nice and early, but this is going to split the Aconite team in half. With just that solo player stuck in the backside for now. Will they continue to go aggressive into spawn? Maybe. As Tiny wants to take this fight onto Misu, but Misu will win that one out with the Sheriff.
30 seconds.
It's only a Ghost falling for now, so no major guns recovered. But the rest of the team, they've managed to get onto B site, but still got to deal with Joak in this back site. Will get taken down in the end, and that will be the site for the Last Resort here. We'll have to see what Aconite can do on this retake, as Misu's already down on lane. Gets spotted out nice and early there. We'll just have to back on up, but already getting rid of so much utility. I believe 4 bits utility there just to clear out 1 player. I mean, Aconite are just going to try and burn through this as much as possible as Bubs. Going to look for a net on some players, and Miso's got this blind ready to go as the players all swing on through, but the deadlock trip was there to try and slow down these players. Chicken Feet managed to find 1 as Kara gets a 2nd on the round as well. Make that a 3rd for Chicken Feet as well, and it's all left onto Miso. I mean, 35 HP and a Ghost in hand. There's surely not much more they can do, and there we go. They'll be taken down, and it's a 2nd round locked in for Last Resort.
It is, and just like you said, so much utility being dumped on players, but you have that advantage, right? You have way more utility than the other team because you have that money to do so.
Yeah.
But we saw there's so much miscommunication. We saw the ping, and I'm sure the comms came through as well, that deadlock trip was on lane, right?
Lane, yeah.
Sorry. So, and then immediately the rest of the team start pushing lane, and that trip's still there.
Yeah.
Even though it's definitely been called and pinged, it was very, very clear that it was there.
I believe it might be some mind games because I think one was placed, destroyed,
Yeah,
and then
and
replaced. So maybe just some good timing there as the spam's going through in the smoke here. Aconite unable to find any of these players early, but they will have the gun advantage going into this round. So the Last Resort will need to be a bit more careful here. Don't want to get caught out, but on the same side, Aconite, they can't go too aggressive. They don't want to give up this gun advantage they've got in this round, so they have to just sit back on site for now.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to find any sort of advantage here. A little bit of a default. The spikes are sitting safely towards spawn, but if they can try and get a pick early, even in mid. There it is.
There we go. That's that pick in mid as Adam will manage to take down Misu already in this round. That's that Yoru. That's that aggressive player from the side of Aconite that, again, got punished for the aggression.
But now you have a choice. You can take that mid if you want. And if it gets held, that defense is definitely weaker on one of these sites.
You could split these players in half, leaving that Killjoy lurk over towards Tiles. This could be some great timing for them as Last Resort looking to commit towards this A site, but they're going to have a lot to deal with. There's a trip ready to go, as well as Miso in this corner. They've got a lot to clear out and only 30 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be an instant rotation call as well. They've got to get going. There we go. 20 seconds left in the round, and this will be the go button for Last Resort. They've not cleared out Miso in the corner. Manages to get a 1st and a 2nd, and it's left in the magazine. What can they get as Miso knows who this last player is, goes for the kill and can't land it. No, Jake will shut down the ace, but Bubs will shut round. And Aconite win a round they should do there, but Last Resort just waited too long.
Yeah, definitely. Aconite, even in the first 2 rounds, you see them, that defense is not budging. You saw one person trying to push through mid, trying to get some information, which is fine, but the rest of them, they are glued down to their sites, and it works so well. I mean, Miso should not be sitting in that corner for so long. Surely after a while, you're going to get a little bit bored. Come on.
I mean, even then as well, after getting the first player, the Omen's already TP'd in. It's too late. And then there's a player netted in main just sitting there ready to be taken. The bait is already set, and this time Kara's going to go aggressive into this A main position. The net's going to be thrown out from Bubs. Will connect onto Kara, and there we go. Again, they've managed to find this pick and a second in the round already for Aconite.
And the assists coming back through to trade each other, and the net is so strong. Deadlock, not great by herself, but on that second Sentinel, so strong.
So strong, comboed up with the rest of the team. And it looks like the side of Last Resort, they want to go in towards B here, but Aconite are going to be ready on the other side. Chicken Feet's going to send through that blind. Don't know about this player TP into the backside, and there we go, the blind will be sent on through as Jake will get one, make that a second as well. Managing to shut down these players from Aconite for now, as Last Resort will have this site. They'll be able to get the spike planted on down, and they're going to invest the ultimate here, but Hayden might be able to break this. Unable to, but will get a little bit of damage. The net sent on through will trap one player, but that will be all, and they'll get out of this for free. And I mean, this 2-on-3 retake, Aconite have got to get going. As this time will tick on down, they spotted out one player. The net will find one. The spam's not able to connect there for now, and as this time's ticking on down, Last Resort, they can just sit back and wait. They're just going to wait for these players from Aconite to swing on in. One's going to be in lane, and they're going to get taken down straight away by Adam. Make that a second as well. The turnaround 180. Sprays down Hayden, and that'll be another round on the board for Last Resort.
Very, very strong. And I think after the first game, I mean, timeout now coming out from Aconite, which clearly they're worried. But after the first match, you know where things are starting to go wrong. You know how Aconite are playing. They're very, very strong as a team. So splitting them up has been working, and it's been working very, very well.
I mean, it's also seeing a timeout this early on is maybe a bit of a sign of like, okay, hang on a second. We saw what happened last game with us.
Yeah.
We can't let Last Resort do the same to us now back. So they're seeing a 3 rounds and just going, do you know what? Let's slow it down a little bit. Or maybe one of these players has noticed, but guys, we're doing this wrong.
They're playing very, very slow. So I think possibly trying to push up. We saw them even pushing through A main. They getting those first 2 kills. And it was working. So possibly trying to do that on B and mid. Switching things up a little bit. We saw in the first map that they're very good at adapting to how the other team are playing. So I think that this could be trying to maybe go a bit faster.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Obviously, the money's not looking great. Jack, it might change because we are in a timeout, but opting for that Vandal, the rest of the team is not looking too great.
Yeah, I mean, also a player to point out, Misu, only on that 1 kill for now. Something needs to be done. They need to be like helped out in these first bloods. They keep on trying to take these fights, but are getting shut down time and time again.
Yeah, but the rest of the players that haven't really got the kills aren't the ones on A. The ones on A are the ones that are pushing up early and getting these first bloods, whereas the rest of them are holding down site, playing very, very slow, and getting taken out.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where you're going wrong.
Got to be a little change up, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Kara wants to go exploring, was unable to do that jump up, but instead opted to just go through together with Adam. Adam's going to pick up this orb, and that will be the ultimate online. It would just snatch a player out of sight as they please, but looks like Last Resort don't want to commit to this just yet, but Aconite are not biting on anything. They're just sitting patiently waiting, which is maybe not what we wanted to see. As we've been saying, the players that have been sitting back, it's just not been working.
It definitely... Misi pushed up a little bit in mid, but she's in the smoke for now.
Kara could have the timing here, but do they know about the 2 players? Crossfire was set up, but they don't bite on that one just for now. Maybe aware that if these players go, they could get so much more for their time, but Kara just backs on up. Doesn't want to go for this fight for now, and Miso's just going to be watching over towards A just in case of a rotation. Adam just trying to spot one of these players on out, maybe trying to snatch them with the ultimate, but Misu's going to have a lot to deal with here, as there we go. Kara's going to swing on through and find that first blood in the round. Seems like the rest of the players are just sitting back waiting for Kara to just find these kills for them. As Kara is pushing up again. I mean, we've been speaking about this trip and this pizza hold. Do they clear it out? No, they don't, but Hayden can't land the shots. And Kara will take him down just about the ultimate. It's looking like it's just going to be wasted for now. They got to watch out for this player in CT, but Joak has already been taken down to 5 HP. Gets stuck in this corner, and they know about this surely, but Chicken Feet finding a kill again, and all of a sudden... It looks like there's nothing more Aconite can do with these guns, and Chicken Feet has found the second to last in the round, but a great shot from Bubs there. But too little, too late. I mean, they already know exactly where Bubs is going to be.
Down to 1 mag, 2 mags.
Yeah, I mean, Bubs has got a lot to deal with. Adam's just waiting on the other side with this net. Gonna net the player in Bubs, and Tiny just swings and takes them out.
The trip.
Yeah.
We saw it, and it wasn't
off.
cleared. But it's just you're in those economy rounds. You haven't got that advantage, and now every time they push mid, they're going to clear it. So I guess maybe you could hold a different angle and wait for them to clear pizza. But even so, that one play that you had's not gone.
Yeah, I mean, that play that we've been talking about, to accidentally waste it on a round like that, just unable to land the shots. It is unfortunate, but for Aconite, you're still not able to really find any kind of footing in this map for now, as the last resort seems to really be heating up.
They do indeed. Again, there's no aggression from Aconite.
You've got Joak just walking down a little bit just to break a bit of this util, but that will be all.
Yeah.
Changes up the trip to make it just a bit more of an aggressive trip to try and take the fights earlier, but decides to back on up, doesn't even want to play off of that one. It's in mid. There's a little bit of fighting going on, a couple shots going each and every way as they're swatting them out. And they're going to have to clear out this deadlock wall as well towards A. That's going to call for the rotation over already, with the Yoru TP sent towards B just in case they have to rotate back. But from the side of Last Resort, you're just sitting waiting. You're not even trying to go into a site at the moment. You're just trying to play mind games against Aconite.
Yeah, but they know that, and it's working so well. I mean, they're picking off players one by one because they're playing so slow. Aconite having to sit and hold angles for so long that it kind of becomes very numb at a point, right?
It becomes a game of patience.
It
almost.
does. And the angles, I mean, you're holding it, and your crosshair can maybe slightly just be off by a millimeter, and that's it. It's all over.
Yeah. I mean, from the side of Last Resort here, surely this is where you start to go. 30 seconds left on the round, and already you sent Nikera up top, aggressive. But will get shut down by Hayden there, as Hayden finds a second in backside as well. Still 3 more players on lane, but Joak's managed to find one, and only 2 players left standing for Last Resort. This is a promising look for Aconite so far, but Jake on the other side, fighting back, wanting to take these kills. But Misu will find one with the operator there, as Jake wants to take these fights, but no. The ultimate is there, and that will shut down the round. A much-needed round for Aconite there. And they finally found their way back.
They have. And what's interesting is the Sova dart came through just slightly too late from Tiny. I do believe that he accidentally must have pulled out his knife or something.
Yeah.
And then the dart came just a little bit too late from Kera then dashing onto site, and the information's not there in time. And again, it was by seconds. Yeah. But it's these small little plays that make such a big difference.
Yeah, 100%. The small little plays are what will win you these games, especially on maps like Ascent, which have been around for so long. It's those small plays. You need to find the little gaps. And I mean, for the Last Resort, it's been working so far for you, but finally an answer back from the side of Aconite here. Kera just wants to get aggressive. We'll get them dash blocks, though. We'll go for the spams and won't land it onto anyone just yet. And all of a sudden, trades going each and every way. Tiny managing to find 2, but will be traded back on the other side as Misu. I don't think you even went for the kill there. I think you were just trying to break the wall. And all of a sudden, 2 players left standing for the side of Last Resort. And Aconite are here ready. I mean, the plant will go down for free, but there's all of these players ready from the side of Aconite. They've got that Euro Ultimate available as well. It's going to find out where these 2 players are. From the side of the Last Resort, you've just got to try and turtle your way around this site, try to avoid them, but Misu didn't go into sight. Misu didn't find out where these players were for now, and this is going to be a bit awkward, but no, the last player just pops up, the head will be seen, and Miso shuts it down.
Very, very strong Euro.
Yeah.
And we spoke about it a little bit yesterday, about these duelists and how well that the ultimates can be used in such different ways. And you saw the mollies being popped from Killjoy, because what else can you do? You're in a state of panic, really.
Yeah.
And Jake's having to pop those mollies, and then the Yoru clone coming through, just distracting them just a little bit too much, to the point where that site could be taken.
Yeah, I mean, an interesting small thing as well is from the side of Aconite, you opt to get Miso that extra orb. Maybe not expecting to get the other ultimates online in this half, I don't know, but maybe they've got something kind of cooked up with that ultimate. We'll have to see.
An interesting ultimate. Doesn't tend to have much impact. Sometimes if you have a fade and you can kind of just deny that that sound from that fade ultimate, it can work very, very well. Often used for information.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we'll have to see what they can do, as this timeout was called from the side of Last Resort, realizing it's maybe slipping away from them just a little bit and getting flashbacks to last map. I mean, they don't want to let this happen again.
They don't. already very, very even.
Yeah.
Aconite still pulling their weight, but like you say, they won 11 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
So
I mean, last time it was insane, but also to have 2 timeouts used already this early on in this game.
yeah,
That's 7 rounds in and 2 have gone. Each team only getting 2 timeouts. I mean, they're just going to have to be careful. They don't want to burn through these too early, and then if, again, the momentum starts to shift, they can't slow down the team.
yeah, definitely. But sometimes they are just needed. The eco coming through from the last resort, hoping to probably set themselves up for whatever plans were made.
Yeah, Kara's going to be that player to go on in aggressive. Spots out one of these players, but doesn't go for the kill. As Hayden's managed to find 2 of the ultimate. Bobs will find a 3rd on the round as well. And all of a sudden, it's looking like a shutdown. The last resort can find nothing. And it's only 1 player left standing and only half HP remaining for them. I mean, what do you even do as Chicken Feet in this situation?
The opposite. I mean, not much.
They're going to get spotted out.
There it is. And, I mean, typically, the timeouts are called on the eco round, like we saw, to set themselves up for next round when they could buy. But surely there's objectives of that round, right? And I do not think
I'm sure they were wanting at least 1 kill, especially with those knives popped. But
yeah.
I mean, instantly shutting down so much with that ultimate. 2 kills with it for free.
That never
They don't even need to see them.
A lot of Sova ults do get popped like instantly nowadays, rather than holding them for that retake if needed.
Yeah.
You don't usually ever see a kill getting taken
No,
from
not
it.
that early on.
But 2?
I mean, 2 from one of those ultimates. I believe both tags landing straight away. And it's just do so much damage that was just irreparable for the side of the last resort. They could not find their way back in.
These trips. I mean, I get the jet dash, and these trips are waiting and ready for him.
Yeah, just wanting to shut down that player if they opt to go towards this. And Kara will be that player that will opt to go on in.
They know he's there now as well.
I mean, Kara's just going to have to go aggressive. But no, opts to maybe just flip on back over and try and regroup with the rest of the team, as the spike hasn't been committed to either side just yet. But as we're seeing already, Aconite, just so patient.
Yeah, and they've been doing it so far pretty well. But is it going to change from the last resort? They're opting to go very, very slow compared to before. Not much space has been taken yet.
It feels like they've not really got anything. I mean, maybe a bit of that mid control from that Sova just lurking around, but that will be all for now as the footsteps heard and Bubs is just going to back on up.
But the spike's not been taken. I mean, they're
Spike's
slowly
still not
going towards
committed.
it. But you've got 30 seconds left on the timer.
Half the team's not there.
30 seconds.
They're not even grouped up together yet, and they're going to still have to go into a site, and it's going to have full utility there. They've not broken down anything. With 20 seconds left on the round, the spike is nowhere near. Kera's going to go up top, manages to avoid all of those trips that were set up to try and stop them. But they're going to need to find kills as Miso on the other side manages to find 2 already in front sight. Kera finds 1 from this generator position. Tries to go for the spam, but cannot land the shots for now. A lot of damage, but Jerk will find that kill as Miso with the shorty will get traded out. But Chicken Feet has to stick this plant on through, and all of a sudden his last player standing and already netted up will get 1 for their troubles, but that will be all. And Aconite managing to find that round.
Starting to see a little bit of familiarity coming in from this game.
All is well.
These rounds are coming back to Aconite, and I'm a little bit worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, Aconite, we've said about it, when they have that momentum, it's very hard to stop them. That's 4 rounds in a row for them. We've seen this before.
Yeah, definitely, and that round for the last resort was their buy round. And if you look at the economy, it's not looking too great. It's very, very all over the place. A few rifles, but is it going to be enough? There's so much half shield.
I mean, one positive to take away, at least from the side of the last resort, is you are on this attack side. Often seen as the bit more difficult side, but you're going to have a very strong defensive side. You want to maybe try and get at least 1 more round on this one.
Oh, for
Keep
sure.
it very close. I mean, 4 is great, but if you get that 5th round, that brings you within 2 rounds.
Exactly, and if you can win those pistol rounds,
It's even all of a sudden, which is exactly what we want to be seeing from the side of last resort here. But Kara's only got a sheriff in hand. Gonna have to try and look for one of these kills early. Goes exploring towards this tree position. But already, Miso has managed to find a pick with that operator again onto Chicken Feet. That's the spike down in mid. This is what we were saying about. You can't be losing the spike in such a big open area. Adam will recover it for free, but I mean, this team's split in half again.
yeah, I mean, they've been trying so hard to split the opposition in half. And now they're out in the open with no smokes. And the rotate's going to have to come through CT, but Is it? I mean, it's so slow.
I mean, they're still sending the Killjoy up.
I guess it's a bit of a
He's
lurk.
going to be ready for this, but does not land the shot for now. Will get out with his life as well, and we'll see these tripwires that were set up, but surely you won't have a go again. But Miso on the other side has managed to find one onto Tiny. Kera will find one with that Sheriff, will dash on in. Managed to pick up the Guardian on the way in, but Miso will be there to trade them out straight away. 2 players left standing, make that one as Miso gets a third on the round. And I mean, Jake, you're so far behind the rest of the team, you don't have the spike. 15 seconds left. I mean, what can you do? You've got a Sheriff in hand. Try and get some damage on the way out, but that will be all they can do, as they're going to swing on through. But there's so many players watching. Surely this is an instant trade, and it is, as Joak will clean up that last kill, and it's a sick round for Aconite.
But the entry onto site was 1 by 1.
Yeah.
And you're seeing them just kind of, Kera almost panic entering after their teammate died on site. And then, sure, being able to pick up the Guardian, but once your very short smoke goes down, there's not much you can do. I'm loving these trips. But Miso hasn't dropped that off since he got it.
Yeah. I mean, Joax also seems to have all these lineups all set up. Knows how to lock down this B site, but they still send these extra players over for the side of Aconite because they want to get aggressive. They still want to be shutting down these last resort players. Miso, I mean, you've been talking about it. This operator is so powerful. They're going to swing on into it. Can't land the shot, but he will re-aggress as in mid there is a pick. That's a big tag onto 2 of these players, though, from the side of Last Resort. And Miso will get out with his life as well. The spam will connect onto that clone. There's so many players here, and Hayden has an Odin. I mean, a couple stray bullets here will take down these players as they're so weak. And there we go, just managing to survive for now. But this dart will do so much to reveal them. The spams will be coming through this wall at any moment. But none of these players have been found out for now, as it's going to have to be a retake for the side of Aconite. All 4 players grouped up on site for the last resort, but 2 of them so weak, and these paper thin walls are not doing much to protect them. The Killjoy ultimate will go down, though. It's going to flush a couple of these players out, just kill a bit of that time. And for a second, they have a chance to reposition. But Aconite will be straight in as soon as this drops. And as I say that, Hayden gets a spam through the wall onto Adam. Adam will be taken down. 3 players left standing for the side of Last Resort. And there we go. The last few kills going the way of Aconite. Hayden gets 4 on the round. And it's a 7th round on the board.
Just gunning them down. I mean, I don't know how that Euro just survived for so long. I mean, the TPs, sure, are coming through. But they are very slow TP. You can get caught out very easily, right?
Yeah.
And it's so funny just to see surviving for so long.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, still repeaking, unfortunately not being able to get that one shot off. But the rounds are just so strong. Like I said, you got out there safely. And then waiting for a team to come back, and then just full on running them down on the site. Not even bothering with the Killjoy util. Who cares?
Yeah. It doesn't matter to them, and I mean, there was only 1 second left on the clock, so they had to be quick on that for Aconite, and I mean, they were clean. They got it done. They did what they needed to do, and Last Resort just needed to hold on that little bit longer. I mean, it's good that they've managed to get around that close, but still lots of things left to clean up.
Definitely, it's this last chance now to get that 5th round like we're talking about.
I mean, this would be massive for them if they could get it, as Adam popped the ultimate to try and find out these players. Is surely going to spot one there and does manage to catch them just about, as Miso will be caught up in that. Well, that will get the trade for free, but no, Hayden's going to try and spam it out. Try and get this player out alive, and Miso manages to get one back on the other side, as Bubs will find another as well. A clean shot onto the second there. And all of a sudden, all of the players of Last Resort are fallen. All left onto Jake. Gets the first through the wall, but that will be all. And it's an 8-4 half for Aconite. One that looked, again, so strong for Last Resort at the start.
I mean, Hayden managing to still get your teammate out of that deadlock through the smoke, and still be able to get the kills, and Bob's backing him up as well from main. I mean, it's just...
There's nothing you can do against that.
No. I mean, 8-4 half, not horrendous.
But, I mean, they're going to need a strong defensive side.
Definitely.
Especially as you've got to deal with that Yoru.
Yeah. Last Resort did win the pistol rounds in the first half. So it's definitely doable. They have the confidence to do so. It's just, at that point, you're still 2 rounds off.
That's also a worrying sight. If they won the pistol round, that means only 2 of their rounds were outside of that pistol in second. They seem to not be able to win these gunfights. It's just not working in their favor, so we'll have to see what they can get done. This is going to be a very important pistol round for the side of Last Resort. But on the side of Aconite, if you can get this, this could be double digits for you. You could get there very quickly, and already Adam has managed to find a kill onto Hayden. That's a good start for them, but there's so many walls to clear on out. They want to keep getting aggressive, try and flush these players out. They managed to trap a lot of them. But Adam, he's just going to swing through and try and take this fight. Doesn't know this player is up close and personal as Joak manages to find one. Bubs the second on the round as well. Escara, you're going to have to fight from this heaven position. Spots out this player close, but can't land the shots for now. Has to go for the reload. There's still 4 players of Aconite standing. So much left to clear out for the side of Last Resort, but lots of damage done for them. But Misu's winning these fights out. Miso backing him up as well. And Joak will close that one out. I mean, we said how much the Last Resort needed it, and they couldn't win it out.
Yeah. The deadlock trips coming through from heaven. I think Jake might be a little bit mad. Adam deciding to, I think it was Adam, shooting after that deadlock trip had been put down, and immediately as Jake swings and gets stunned. It's unfortunate.
It's just one of those timing things.
Yeah, but is it just another example of this kind of lack of communication?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say lack, but compared to Aconite, it's not at that level.
It's also like, what happened to the Last Resort of yesterday? I mean, we saw them taking the #1 seed to a very close map.
Yeah.
They've been unable to do it here. Maybe it might have been down to these map picks and bans, not as confident on these maps, but if they can get to the 3rd map, we know what they can do there. But we'll have to see if they can bring us there. For now, it's a story of what can Last Resort do, as Kera already taken down to 1 tap from any gun there.
Yeah, I'm liking this very slow play from Aconite. We've seen it from them before, where they win the pistol round and they opt to conserve these guns and make sure they're not doing anything stupid.
Yeah.
We're seeing a little bit of alert coming through mid, a lot of space being taken, Tree being held down by that deadlock, but Cypher managing to sneak their way through.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bit of mid-control for them at least.
Wanting to take it back, though.
Yeah, it's looking like maybe the call is over to go towards A. Maybe hearing out a couple of these players on B, or just not feeling as confident for it. And Aconite are going to rotate over. There's still going to be that deadlock utility, which will be falling for that wall very soon. But Adam, in this close corner with this Bucky, could do a lot of damage. As there we go already. Kera's managed to find the kill onto Joak. That's going to be the lurk player taken down. And the rest of the players are going to be flooding through this A main. 30 seconds left on the round, and they're going aggressive. They're trying to take these fights. Hayden and Bubs are winning them out, though. All of these players from Aconite so low, but they're winning these fights. 3 of them down to 1 HP. Only 2 players left standing for Last Resort. But if a couple stray bullets go the right way, they can take so many of these Aconite players down. We'll have to see what they can do on this retake. Chicken Feet will be coming from this heaven position, and I believe the group up will be there. They need to destroy this wall. They're going to have to reveal exactly where they're coming from for now. There we go. We'll have to see what Chicken Feet will do. Going to have to drop into sight at some point, trying to find this high health player, but can't land the shots. Miso will find one. Jake will find one back, but that will be it. Misu shuts it down, and these players were so weak.
I mean, the Stinger is a great gun.
Yeah.
But jumping down and it isn't great for accuracy. You have to be very close for that gun to work well. And you just weren't in the right position. I guess, you know, the time was ticking down. You had to do something, but it was not the right play.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a frantic play, and I mean, it felt a bit out of sync there as they were trying to take different fights at the same time.
I don't blame them, though. They're 10-4.
Yeah.
They've got to do something.
Yeah.
They'll have the guns now to try and do it, but...
Oh, Miso set up for an aggressive push here, surely. Going to be sending Misu in on this Yoru. They're trying to avoid this dart for now. No one's going to shoot it, but there we go. It will get dropped on down, but this will reveal at least where Misu is for now. It slows down this push, makes them not as confident to go for this play. They were set up to do a blind play. This is going to call for the rotates over for the side of Last Resort. They know they need these numbers. They're not being able to win out these sites. They're going to try and stack up together, but on the other side, Joak's going to be spraying this wall out, and that's going to call for the rotates back. It feels like these players on the side of Last Resort just don't know where to sit, and they're just so scared that Aconite is set up.
But that's the difference, right? We saw Aconite on defense, and they were so solid on their sites. Any sort of information, they were taking it with a pinch of salt and staying on their sites.
Yeah.
And it worked so well, but the rotates are a bit frantic coming from the Last Resort.
I mean, a lot's going to be down to Chicken Feet if it goes this way, and Jake and Adam have already managed to find 2 on the round, but again, taken down weak on this round. Last Resort finally have the numbers in their favor, but they still have to be clean in this one. Have to watch out for all these players. Zara's Miso's already managed to find one onto Kera. Brings one back in their favor. And Chicken Feet up in this heaven position. It's just going to hear a couple of these players on site. Going to know what they're going to have to run in at some point. But again, this wall is in the way. They're going to have to destroy it first before they can go anywhere. I mean, the time is just going to tick on down. Bobs is going to be in this under heaven position. Manages to find the first as Miso finds a second as well on that round. And Bobs is still alive. Miso finds another. And they just clean it up. The last resort just cannot find the way back in.
They can't, but Aconite are finding themselves in such good positions. They are setting themselves up perfectly for these crossfires and the trades to come through, and that is the final timeout being used for last resort.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to at this point. You have lost so many rounds in a row. That was 10 in a row. I mean, we saw it last time. It was 11. Is it going to get to 12 this time? Who knows? But last resort, you need to find a solution quickly. You managed to find those 4 rounds early on, but since then, it seems like you've just not had any kind of read into this.
Yeah, definitely. And look at the economy as well. It's just not
there.
And you really, really need it to be.
Yeah. I mean, if you lose this round, that's the match point and the series point.
I mean,
I feel like you have to. You can't allow for series point because you'd have to win 8 in a row.
Even so, if they lose that round.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, a really awkward position for the last resort to be in.
Also, your Omen should not be going 21 and 10.
I mean, that's just Miso doing Miso things, I guess.
Very, very true.
I mean, the Yoru going 7 and 7 just shows that, you know, it's not all about the duelists. The duelists can be there to support sometimes.
I'll be interested to see the first bloods from Miso, actually, especially on that defense that they had earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very strong.
I mean, also, Bubs on that 10 assists, just showing that Deadlock util is just paying off so well for them. I mean, you spoke about it.
Yeah.
Like, these nets have been on point.
Yeah.
These trips as well. One player shoots a bullet, stuns up a couple of them.
They can be very deadly if they're not accurate, right? If you hit your teammates by accident,
that can be rough. I've seen that happen way too many times in the past, but we'll see what happens there. Is that just overshoots, I do believe. I don't think that's where they will be aiming for the last resort. And maybe a bit of those, you know, those shakes, those worries as you get into this spot. You have a lot of pressure on.
Definitely, but we're back to these very slow plays, and you can see the difference where last resort are kind of wandering around in mid, trying to get as much as they can.
I mean, Hayden's going to get spotted out there from that drone. That's going to do a lot to just tell these players from last resort where they are, but they need to do something off of this. And Misu's just going to go aggressive. Just going to push all these players back, try and cut them in half as well. Opts to not commit to that one for now, but again, these players from last resort, they're split across these 2 sites. They're not ready for this take to go on through as Miso going to be that first player in from Tree. Got a couple of players up there to back him up as well. And we'll see what Miso can get done. And again, just so patient. The TP is going to be sent on in. There goes the flash. Misu's going to TP in behind, but Adam's ready for that. Manages to take down Miso, and Chicken Feet will get a second as well. That ultimate will do one to catch an Aconite player as well. May be able to be freed. I don't believe they will be, though. What do they do? Just about. Aconite managed to free their player. A 3v4 now. Last resort have the numbers advantage, but have to go for this retake. Kara cannot land this shot, still whiffing them, but manages to finally get that kill. Surely this is the round that they can win, and there we go. A 5th round on the board for last resort. And we were talking about how much they needed it.
They did, and they opted to force, and it worked in their favor. It's such a risky play. But I think that momentum is really what they needed.
Yeah.
The confidence to still do that after being 11-4 down, and a map down, by the way, is incredible. However, you are still 6 rounds behind.
I mean, this needs to be the start of a shift. This
really
needs to shift it so much. You can't allow Aconite to get any more rounds, really.
Yeah, and they have the money, but they need to not forget that if they lose this round, you will still be on an eco on match point.
I mean, regardless as well, even if you win this, if you have a few too many casualties,
yeah,
you're in a really rough spot in your economy. This needs to be so clean from them, but maybe starting to get a bit of a read, working out what Aconite are trying to do.
Good information there from Kara. Again, I love when duelists use their util to get information rather than this initial push.
Miso, going to be that first player in again. We've seen it time and time again. The flash sent in, but this time does not TP. That's just going to make the players of Last Resort just a little bit worried as to what the plan was there. And Joak will get spotted out. Looks like Last Resort want to take this fight. As free, they're going to swing on through, and Joak will be taken down there by Kera. Not too much damage back on the other side, and Kera's still going. Manages to find one again, but it will get traded back by Miso, who finds a second as well. Will spot out another player, but that will be all they can get before they fall. And Miso, last player standing. Ultimate is available, can recover the spike. But still needs to get this site controlled. Doesn't know about the player up top right. I believe as soon as they hit this ultimate, surely Adam swings for this, knowing, there we go,
Yep.
that's going to be the swing, and that's going to be the kill. You get the spike, but you lose your life. And it's another round for Last Resort.
2 guns lost. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I
Yeah.
mean, no. Chicken Feet does have the money to buy over for Kara.
Yeah. But that's also just delaying. If they wanted that operator online, Kara's going to
Yeah.
have to just wait a little bit longer onto that outlaw for this round.
Definitely, but 11-6. And Aconite are now on an eco round, which is very, very strong. If you can take this round from them, Aconite are going to start being in a place where they have to shift from ecos to rifles, and it's not going to look good.
Yeah. Another thing to bear in mind, though, is these ultimates are starting to come online for both sides. On the side of Aconite, you've already got that Deadlock and Serve one online.
Yeah.
We won't expect to see them invested on this round, but as we look forward to these next few rounds, Last Resort are going to have to be ready for this. For this round, it's just about keep this clean. Don't lose too many players and keep these guns in your favor. They're already spotting out these players from Aconite, so this is a good start, but again, they're giving up this mid positioning, and I feel like it's maybe a bit of a blunder. When you have the gun advantage, you need to be holding down.
You do, and we're back again to these very slow players, and Aconite are starting to have to think a little bit more about what they're doing.
Oh, the shots go astray there for the side of Last Resort, and Miso wanted to try and take that fight, but will instead send out the smoke just to push these players back. Make them a bit weary as to what could be pushing through on that side, but they're not going to commit to that. Again, allowing for this clock to just go down.
Yeah, but the time is ticking just a little bit too quickly.
Yeah.
But the split, they have beaten themselves.
I mean, there's one player on the side of Last Resort here ready for it, but they're going to have a lot to deal with. As one player going to be able to back up from CT. There we go. That's the Killjoy player there. We'll manage to find one, but Tiny manages to line them up and find two. Make that three. Almost a fourth. There it is. Tiny will clean it up. I mean, it's against the lesser buy, but that is insanely good.
I mean, I was talking about the time going down. You can see the panic having to have. It's like you have 1 versus 5, right? But all it takes is that pressure of the time, and you've got to push.
I mean, the
You
slight
don't have time
lineup
to
as
clear
well.
corners. I know.
Loses a couple players, and then the last two, they just swing on through and they can clean it up. And that's 7 on the board now for
It
Last
is.
Resort.
But Aconite have these guns back.
And the ultimates are looking strong.
Looking very, very strong. If they're the 4, if you have 4, right? Then
Those are the 4 you're going to want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there we go. Already seeing it as Misu's going to go on in, try and find out these players. And already we've seen these ultimates invested. Trying to body block one of these players and try and trap them up. But no connections yet from either of these ultimates. But Misu's found his way onto site. We'll spot out the player. The shot's a bit whiffy, but we'll finally land it onto Tiny there. That will be a bit of site control now as Aconite will be able to get this plant down for free. But there's still 4 players left standing from the side of Last Resort. And that Killjoy ultimate is available. We'll have to see if they choose to invest it on this round. But I think on the side of Aconite, you're going to be aware of this. You're going to have to be pushed up, ready to try and destroy that if it gets invested by Jake. But again, they're just killing a bit of time as Joak has managed to find a kill. Managing to shut down Chicken Feet, who's trying to lurk around a little bit. But at the moment, it looks like Last Resort, you've got no way back in. Hera's on this operator on a retake. You're going to have to find a pick early and manages. There we go. Misu will get one, but get traded back by Jake. There's 2 players left standing, and there's one in your back line in Joak. Jake's going to be stuck, and it's going to be a 12th round on the boards. That's series point.
It is, and Jake did have that lockdown, but I think the timing wasn't quite there. And Aconite having so many people still alive,
Yeah.
you don't know where they're going to be. Like you said, there's one in their back lines shooting them from behind. It just wasn't the right time. Kara now having that op, but at what cost?
Yeah. I mean, it's great to have the operator online, but to lose that many players on that round and to lose out the round.
I know.
I mean, Aconite, yes, you used all 4 of your ultimates, but you can kind of afford to do that. You have the rounds in your favor. All it takes is one more round, one more misplay from the Last Resort, and they can lock this one down.
Sound sensor up.
Looks like they're also setting up. They're aware that Last Resort might want to go a bit aggressive. Setting up their own utility to allow for if that does happen.
Yeah, definitely this alarm bot holding mid for Last Resort right now.
Yeah. I mean, Tiny's going to get spotted out there. Misu will get spotted out from the other side, and Tiny's going to go for some shock darts here. Doesn't get any damage for now. Has the ultimate available, though, and the same with that Killjoy ultimate. That is still available. They can still shut down these rounds, but these players need to just stay alive. And already we're seeing the Killjoy forced to backside. Vic might want to invest this ultimate at any moment. Just try and slow this push down. As all of the players from Aconite, they're going to be pushing in. And there we go. We see it there. This is going to slow down the side of Aconite. They cannot push in on this.
And CT is being held down so well right now. All the players just trying to huddle up in mid.
I mean, Aconite were just waiting for this.
Yeah.
They didn't even rotate back. They were confident they can still take this round. For the side of Last Resort, you've got 2 players on site stranded, but Adam manages to find one before being traded back by Bubs. Misu's going to be pushing on in. Going to spot out this Killjoy turret in the back site. Has to avoid, there we go, the Sova ultimate, and Miso will find another. That's the site players down. Misu will find one through the smoke, and all of a sudden, it's a 4-on-2. The spike will go down for free here, and you've got Kara on an operator on a retake. This is a really awkward position for the Last Resort. It would need to be some 2-on-4 heroics. Kara has managed to find a Phantom to make it a lot easier for this retake, but there's so many players to clear on out, and all of a sudden, Kara in the 1v4 has it all to do. All these players swinging on through, they cannot land the shots, and it's a 13-7-2-0, and Aconite have made it to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, so much more potential from the Last Resort we see in this second map, and it happened yesterday as well, and it's so unfortunate that they couldn't close out at least one map.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, seeing these back-to-back 2-0s, it doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
The Last Resort, I mean, if we ignore the first maps from both series, the Last Resort had a fighting chance. They had a way of getting it to third map. They just couldn't close it out.
Definitely, but Aconite clearly deserve to be joining Gilly in the grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see this bracket here, and we'll see how they made it there. Dropping down very early on. They lost to Last Resort. This was their revenge match.
Exactly. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but Aconite had that game this morning.
Yeah.
And I really do think that momentum was there. They already won 2 maps already. The pressure was on, and they had it, and they won it to get into these lower bracket finals. Why lose it there, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the Last Resort, we're seeing them in the upper bracket. They did really, really well. Ended up dropping down last night.
Yeah.
And the pressure was on, but I don't think it was as much.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like for the Last Resort, I mean, you saw what happened last night. You know, Gilly taking them all of the way through that second. I mean, that second map went on for so long, 3 overtimes. They kept it really close, but for Aconite, they kind of shut them down a lot earlier. I feel like Aconite looked like the stronger of the 2 squads. And I mean, going into this finals tomorrow, surely Aconite are going to be a bit more confident.
Oh, for sure. I mean, being able to beat the Last Resort a lot easier compared to Gilly,
Yeah.
I think is a very big booster for them.
I mean, on top of that as well, Aconite being able to play that extra series, I mean, you've had that extra bit of gameplay, you've had that time to practice against these teams, and you've also beaten out these teams that Gilly have been knocking down.
Yeah.
You have been the one setting the, like, you know, they set you up and you knock them out, and you've been running it through. And as we go into that finals, I mean, yes, you do not have, you know, the vetoes in your favor, but you have the momentum very firmly in your side.
Yeah, definitely. I just think these games, we're in the lower bracket finals. It's so unfortunate that we couldn't see not even a third map, but just a lot closer games.
Yeah.
It's just weird because I think Aconite were this kind of steel wall that couldn't be broken.
Yeah.
And it was hard. It was really hard. And they were starting to get there, but the Last Resort just couldn't quite reach the end goal.
Yeah. Couldn't make it just about, but we'll have to see what happens tomorrow, as it will be our grand final. Gilly versus Aconite. I mean, this is going to be a great game.
Seed 1 and C2.
Seed 1 versus Seed 2. From the start, we predicted this one. Maybe not in the fashion we got there, but we got there in the end, and we'll have to see who can come out on top. I mean, any last words before we throw to the end of the day?
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens tomorrow, and that will be all from us. We'll see you tomorrow for those grand finals. You don't want to miss this.